So this, the law AB 2426 prohibits online storefronts from using the words buy, purchase, quote, buy, purchase, or any other term which a reasonable person would understand to confer an unrestricted ownership interest in the digital good or alongside an option for a time limited rental, end quote. The law won't apply to storefronts that state in quote unquote plain language that you're actually just licensing the digital content and that license could expire at any time, or to products that can be permanently downloaded. Companies that violate the terms could be hit with a false advertising fine. Ooh, shame on you. Now, you can take a look at my, what do I have here? Let's take a look. Let's count the games. You got Armored Krog, Arkham City, Arkham Knight, Dead Rising, Detroit Become Human. We got the Disney Afternoon Collection, which still is not on the Switch. I don't know what's going on with that. Fallout New Vegas, Forza Horizon 5, which has multiple updates all the time. Judgment, not Lost Judgment. Keynote Bridge of Spirits, Spider-Man Remastered. So this is the Miles Morales. And Metro, we have the sort of the high-end version here of Metro Exodus. Two versions. And we got Montezuma's Revenge. So what else I got? 1, 2, 3, 4. Rise of the Tomb Raider. Remember Me, Ratchet and Clank. This is Rift Apart. Psychonauts 2, The Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog. RoboQuest, Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Shotgun King got a new thumbnail there, a new icon. Sonic Adventure 2 Battle Squadrons. So it would seem, and then there's regular Tomb Raider from 2013. So 26 games. 26 games. Now, I'm going to tell you, these are my attack boards for the Star Trek game, right? You can see those. And you can see this one here. But this one, what happened was one of my action figures fell on top of it and broke it, split in half. And there were some on eBay, but I didn't really want to pay. I mean, it's obviously not going to be the right color. You know, I thought about that in Star Trek 2009 Abrams, J.J. Abrams. When Captain Kirk fights he calls him Cupcake, and he fights the guys in the bar over Uhura. It's on a red checkerboard floor. You notice that in the bar? I wonder if that's on purpose. Anyway, I'm now going to test the attack board to see if it's functional. And I did this, as you can see, with a hot glue gun. Great thing to have. I have another one, but I was trying to find this one. I mean, hot glue. I mean, yes, there's Gorilla Glue, there's Crazy Glue, Elmer's Glue, but hot glue is very good for all those projects, arts and crafts, for something really good. I mean, obviously, if you're don't be an idiot. Don't use glue if you're nailing boards together to keep a house intact or an outhouse. So I'm going to try to see if the attack board that I had to glue back together works. And while I'm doing that, I'll talk to you about. I'll try to speak loud. So, downloading. It's fucking important to download. Some people thought it was silly way back when, let's see, which one was it? Oh, yes. This one. Some people thought it was silly when I kept my old Nintendo games, Game Boy, 16-bit, Virtual Boy. Oh, Virtual Boy still a collector's item. The Game Boy Advance, the GameCube, or N64. I mean, as the years went on, people at Electronics Boutique and Funcoland, Babbage's, and then GameStop, just trading your old games. You don't need them anymore, right? So what I'm going to try to do is see if the attack board works. Okay. It appears to be a bit, so it's off by 5 degrees because the cut. So imagine it's like if I'm made out of plastic and I broke off a nail, but then you have to glue the nail back on and the nail's off. So that's what this is about. So I'm going to see if I can, I'm just testing it out. It's important to download these games. Downloading and having those updates. When I got, so I saved all my games. I mean, you can barely see them here. But all those games in the back, behind the Star Trek chess, they're all there. They're all there. And they're there because one day this was going to happen. We were going to lose our games forever because of licensing. You know, Rome Rush talked about it, and I'm talking about it. You when you're buying a game, you're buying the license. Let me see something here. Oh, that is so wrong. Damn it. It's off by 5 or 10 degrees. It's not like so what happened was it was a heavy figure and I had it on a shelf and it knocked it in half. So the top of it would split from the bottom, but it was not like the cylinder was intact. It was just like broke. I can tell I'm not going to get any likes for this video because I'm going on too long. Well, I can always re-glue it and restructure it, but I'm trying to see if it holds. So downloading is what I do now. When the PlayStation Store was going to like cut out the casual buyers and you had to have a card, I bought up so many things for the PS Vita. When the 3DS store was closing, when the Wii U store was closing, I downloaded whatever I could. Donkey Kong 64, Pushmo, whatever you could only get on the system. Just like looking at this. I'm going to try another angle. Yeah, that looks really wrong. Oh, I wish I could fix it again. But if the glue kind of falls apart or whatever, then I can always adjust. But it's kind of messed up. It's never going to be the same. And just like a lot of games, it won't be the same. I mean, that's why, like with Banjo-Tooie, I'm playing it old school, right? That's how I was able to do the all blue targets, because I only have to have that old game. You can also play it on the Xbox 360. Live Arcade is gone, so you'd have to get it on the Rare Replay. I'm just seeing if it works. Oh. And it broke. So what I will have to do is I'm going to have to fix this again, because, and the thing is that the hot glue gun will work. But yeah, see how it doesn't, what should have been happening was that it should have been holding together, but I'm going to have to go back and try again, get rid of most of that glue, and then get it to work. But anyway, let's go ahead and talk about so that was a failure. So all these games that I have on here, you know, I'm glad I have them and I can always update them, but I never want to just purchase the license. I don't want to just purchase the license just to look at the games. I want to be able to own my games. Now, there are some games, I mean, gone are the days, I mean, GameFly, I don't think GameFly functions the way it does anymore, right? Where you would send in for the game and you send it back. I mean, I don't know, probably people would keep the games. But I mean, demos are sort of the nice compromise. You know what I mean? Like if you get demos instead of worrying about owning a game or not. Demos are great because you just play it and say, nah, maybe not. And if you don't, and if it's like a temporary license to play a demo, it's no hurt feelings because you're trying the game out. You don't have any sentimental attachments to it, and that's it. Some games like Eternal Darkness, you can't see them anymore. Conker's Bad Fur Day is on Xbox One Rare Replay, but it's hard to find these games. Some games like Young Conquer was a test thing. So I think it's just remember to download. That's the whole point. Every game that you really want to buy, that you know is good, Doom Dark Ages, right? Doom Dark Ages. What other ones? There's a lot of other games. All these games here, right? All these games here. Red Dead Redemption 2, right? The Mass Effect. All these different games. You can download them. You can get SD cards. It's an expensive investment, but it's well worth the time. I can't see anybody who owns a Steam Deck and does not have any downloaded games. Like, download games. Please download games. The games you want to license, they're games that you don't give a shit about. Or maybe you do give a shit about on a certain day. But the ones you download are the ones that you have nostalgia for. You tried them, you like them, and you want to keep on going with them. So this is words. Do not take this for granted. Do not sleep on this. If you see a game and you liked it and you've been licensing it, don't be stupid. Download the games now and you'll have them. There are still mom and pop game stores. There are still swap meets. I went to the swap meet on Saturday morning. So while I try to figure out how to glue the attack board back together, go to the store and see what you find. And there's great games for like 80 to 90% off at most. Happy hunting.